So it was really important for Reliquaries for each of the themes to feel distinct. And elemental is the most organic of all of them. It's just pure flowing dynamic energy in a way that nothing else is.
For the elemental theme, we wanted pieces that create a sense of motion and energy and kind of upward force. Generally, I just love doing elemental and energetic pieces that are, you know, sort of pure raw energy. I find it very relaxing and kind of impressionistic, trying to carry the sense of flow through a piece.
Before we start sculpting, we create a lot of concept art. Then we'll usually do some drawing, iterate on the different concepts until we get something that is going to be moved forward into sculpting.
When we were exploring the elemental concept, there was this one piece that Nina did that was amazing. It was this tree with energy coming out of it that it felt totally like a piece of the Dread Hollow Forest. And that was kind of our genesis for this. And then that piece ended up getting cut. Like it evolved into something else.
The three sculpts we ended up going with were the Phoenix, the Energy Helix, and the Geyser. With sculpting the water droplets, I looked at a lot of photos of things being dropped into water so I could get a better sense of what it looks like in that moment before the drops splash back down to try to capture the movement in the sculpt. It's always an interesting process with sculpting to try to make something that's still look like it's moving. The spiral was sort of inspired by water benders from, you know, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Sort of someone charging up the energy of the water before sending it shooting outwards.
When you think of elements, it's very like punchy color and like saturated. I usually play a druid and I just like the very natural elemental feel.
I found this reference of like this magical water creature, and I really liked the way that he gradiated from like purple to like a turquoise aqua color, and with a little bit of silver paint I tried to fill in the highlights of where the water would catch light to kind of make it feel more like water.
So for the energy vortex, what we wanted was something that felt like kind of an intertwining of two opposites. Perhaps a force from the Shadowfell and then some kind of bright light energy from the celestial planes. One of them has sort of dark, tormented face shapes almost, and it's sort of bursting up and then oozing down again even as it rises. And the other is sort of pure upward energy.
I kind of wanted it to be like life, earth, green, growth, and then death, matte, lifeless. And then I also tried like a purple version for the life side, but I felt like the purple with death, it just felt like kind of evil. But in the end, we decided to go with the more purple paint scheme because it just looked much better next to the Phoenix and the Geyser than the green version did.
Being that Reliquaries is in fantasy world, we're like, all right, we've got to do a dragon. Then after a bunch of exploration, we said, what are some other interesting creatures that are kind of elemental nature? And Eli drew this phoenix. It was the eureka moment.
It didn't necessarily need to be a fire creature. It was just an energy creature, which, you know, it might be bursting up from the ocean. It might be bursting from a vortex of pure ether, or, you know, it might be a purely air creature. It can be different sorts of phoenixes, you know, depending on what you want and how we end up painting it. I'm sure the paint team will do something amazing. But it's maybe not quite pure fire. It's maybe got a little extra arcane something in it.
Originally, we were going to have an RGB color-changing LED inside the Phoenix. But when we got to actually painting it, in order for it to be painted to work with every color, it kind of had to just have no paint.
When people think of a phoenix, the most universal paint scheme is it being on fire.
We said, let's just commit to blazing fire LEDs in the chest.
I was given the casting before it was finalized, so it was experimenting with what the light would look like inside of it without knowing.
And I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not, and then Erin took the prototype she was painting and took a light, blasted it behind, and put a photo up. Oh, there it is. It was magic. It came to life, and we had to film it. We've done little explorations of bits of energy in some of our terrain sculpts previously, But we've never done a whole family of just raw energy, and we've never done anything like Reliquaries. It's unbelievable when this army of artists converges on an idea of what can be birthed out there. It's like there's nothing cooler. And then we get to share it with everybody and see what happens.